Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and coming off of last week's win, we are heading into divisional matchups as we go into our bye week. And just kind of looking at our team, I think we're looking pretty good. But first, before hopping into some more stuff with our roster, I'm going to look at the sliders really quick. So here are the sliders I'm using for XP and gameplay sliders. I said it in the intro that I'm using Matt 10's Madden sliders, and I'm kind of sticking with that, just tweaking them as I go, as I see fit. So we are going up against the Packers and the Vikings in this episode, both 3-1 on the season at about the bye week. So for us, it's going to be a tough matchup going into these next two games. Obviously, two of the best teams. Actually, you know what? The NFC North is really, really competitive right now. I think the Bears, if I had to pick a team, they're going to take a step back. And I think the Lions are going to take the biggest step forward. But I honestly think that the Packers, man, they are loaded this year to me. And I think that they might be the team to beat. But I honestly think that each team's going to really beat up on each other. So I don't know how this is going to look. Kind of much like the NFC East looks every year. They just beat up on each other. I think that's how the NFC North is going to be this year as well. So let's go into a couple of upgrades there. You see Oruwariye is going to be our development cornerback right now. And Tracy Walker is going to be our development safety. Because this guy, look at him already. If he has a big game this game, and you see if we hold them to less than 200 yards or get him a pick, a forced fumble, tackle for loss, or a sack, he will actually go up a dev trait. So we definitely want to ball out against Aaron Rodgers, but we know this is not going to be a tough matchup. And you can see our defensive coordinator is coming in, and he's already concerned with it. So we're just going to slow him down. We're not going to try to stop him or anything, just slow them down. So the goal this week is to hold them to under 250 yards. So this episode is a good one because we get the return of TJ Hockenson, the #1 draft pick for the Lions this season. And this guy is just amazing. And not only is he a great route runner as far as receiving goes for tight ends, but this guy can block. He does not have the ratings in this game, but I know in real life, this guy is a complete package at tight end, which I'm actually excited to watch. I do live in Wisconsin. I'm not a Packers fan directly. I'm more of just a supporter, I guess, but I'm a Broncos fan. But I'm excited that I get to see all the NFC North games pretty much, and that's an exciting division, especially with how each team has improved this season. Maybe the Bears, I don't know if they've really improved. They kind of are just going to get better with their young team, and they actually have a pretty good rookie running back with David Montgomery, but we're focused on the Packers here in this matchup. So here we go. We are kicking the ball away. We are at Lambeau Field on the road. So here is a tackle there on Valdez-Scantling to start out, and out comes Aaron Rodgers, who, well, is he due for another MVP once again this year? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys think that Aaron Rodgers might win the MVP. I think he might this year because I think he's got something to prove. So here we go. We start this game out on defense. Here is Rodgers. His first throw is out to the left side, and I actually just noticed on that pass that they actually have Rodgers' delivery down in this Madden, which they usually don't. It's usually longer, but that one was pretty quick. So here on a 2nd and 4, this time all receivers are covered, but he drops back and he loses ground. That's Trey Flowers on the sack. I think that's something that they have to patch in Madden. That shouldn't happen. He shouldn't drop back that far. He should have took off on that one. So now 3rd and 21, deep throw across the middle. That's only about a gain of 14, 15 yards, but we do stop him before the first, and we get them to punt the ball away. So our offense has been starting out slow in these games. Here's a quick throw out to the left side, though. Kenny Golladay getting going. He's got a gain of 20 yards on that one and a big first down to start it out. So now a 2nd and 10 carry. This time Kerryon Johnson trying to get the running game going, but he does get stopped up the middle that time for a gain of 1. So now 3rd and 9. Here's a throw across the middle. There's TJ Hockenson, his first catch as a Lion. It goes for a first down, getting the jitters out of the way early, and that's a gain of 19. So now at about the 38-yard line, here is Stafford. This time scrambling out to the left side. He's got nothing but green in front of him, and he's going to get down, but he does fumble. And wow, we make a big mistake already trying to slide. And we forget, NCAA, that's the only issue with playing NCAA Madden. You forget that you have to hold left trigger to slide as well with Madden. In the NCAA, you just tap X, but you can't get away with that in Madden. So here's a throw out to the right side on the ensuing drive. And look at this juke move. Aaron Jones just makes our defense look foolish on that one. And he picks up about a gain of 14. So now at the 49-yard line, this time Rodgers, everybody's covered, but we're getting to him. That's Romeo Okwara on the sack, and a big loss by Rodgers, a loss of 13 yards as that brings up a 3rd and 23. Here's a throw across the middle. Here is Jimmy Graham getting open, but he's getting to about the 50-yard line, and that's definitely not enough, and they punt the ball away. So here on the next drive, here's a throw across the middle. Danny Amendola in the slot that time, picking up a first down, fighting his way forward for about a gain of 11 or 12. So now 1st and 10, play action fake. You need to run these plays, but sometimes it just takes too long to develop. That's Preston Smith, the new Packer, and he's part of the reason why I think the Packers are going to be good. I mean, they have a lot of new guys on their roster, Zadarius and Preston Smith. I think that pass rush is definitely about to be a lot better for the Packers. So now 3rd and 10 from the shotgun. Stafford airs it out deep to the left side. It's caught, but then knocked away from Jermaine Kearse. And he almost had his first big catch of the season, and we had to punt the ball back to Rodgers. So here's a throw out to the left side. He's got Devontae Adams across the 50, and that is a first down. Rodgers starts out pretty hot as he's already in the zone. I don't know what he had to do to get in the zone, but it looks like maybe it was just completions. So now 1st and 10, play action fake. This time nobody's open. We get to him again. Look who it is. It's his former teammate Mike Daniels getting in for the sack, maybe getting his revenge on the Packers. So now 3rd and 14, deep shot, and that's knocked away from Valdez-Scantling. Nice play. I believe that was Melvin on that one, and we get them to punt the ball away. So it is donut here as both defenses have shown up here in the first half. Here is Kerryon Johnson getting going in the running game, his first big hole, and he picks up about 6 yards on that carry. So now a 2nd and 3 carry. This time Johnson has the speed, gets to the left side. He's going to pick up the first down, gain of 5, but the running game has started out pretty slowly. So 2nd and 10, throw across the middle. There's Hockenson. He's getting another first down catch. That's a gain of about 11, 12 yards on that one. So now we're past the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff. Kerryon Johnson. He's stopped in the backfield by Amos. So now 2nd and 13. This time, Stafford trying to get away from the pressure. It's a sack once again. Preston Smith, who's got 3 sacks here in the first half. You've seen two of them. And that makes it a 3rd and 26. Deep shot across the middle. And it's almost held by Jermaine Kearse, but it's caught by Jair Alexander. I can't even say his name. And that's an interception. Wow. So that whole drive pretty much wasted as we still continue to have no points on the board. So Rodgers back on offense. He can't get going as well, trying to test big play Slay, as this time he hands it off to Valdez-Scantling on a jet sweep. And that's a loss of about 1. And now we get the ball back. So 40 seconds left here in the first half. Neither team has scored. Here's a throw across the middle. And that's actually going to be pass interference on the Packers as we get helped out on that one. So now past the 50-yard line. Wide open across the middle of the field. TJ Hockenson, he's got room to about the 27-yard line as we get into field goal range. And we kind of kick this field goal. And that's 3-0. Here at halftime. Didn't expect this. But that's how it's been going. So now to start the second half, here is Matt Stafford from the shotgun. Throw across the middle. There's Hockenson again. He just finds a way to get open in his first game as a pro. And another first down for him. That's 5 catches for almost 90 yards. So here is Kerryon Johnson getting the carry to the left side. He's got his biggest gain of the game as well. And that's about a gain of 14. So now a 3rd and 2 stretch play to the left side. He breaks a tackle that time, and he picks up the first down, tackled by Kevin King, getting pushed out of bounds, and that is a first down. So now at about the 30-yard line, running a drag route. Here he is, lined up at receiver, running over a defender, getting inside the 15-yard line for the first down. Big gain by him, and another first down. So we're moving the ball well. Here's a draw play. This time, C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets tackled by Kyler Fackrell. And wow, I don't know what that guard was doing, but he just straight up missed the block. So now 3rd and 1, pitch play out to left side. And for some reason, C.J. Anderson kind of stutters on that one. And he loses 3 yards, and we have to settle for yet another field goal. So now, can our defense keep up this great play? Here's Aaron Jones trying to get going in the running game. They haven't given the ball to him much, and that's about a loss of 2. So now 2nd and 12, throw out to the right side. That's Jimmy Graham on that one as he picks up about 6, bringing it to a 3rd and 6. Aaron Rodgers, throw it across the middle. That's almost picked off, almost an inaccurate throw on that one. And Rodgers is going to have a couple of those in real life as well. He just has some of those throws that are almost interceptions, but nobody ever catches them. So that's more real life, but they do settle for that long field goal try, and they actually miss. So still 0 points put up by this Packers offense at home as we move into the 4th quarter, as Stafford's starting to get going, finding his receiver that time on the right side. Play action fake this time, chucking the ball deep. He's got a man deep, and it's going to be picked off, but Galladay looks like he was pulled down on that one, and he may have had a touchdown. That was probably a good pass interference because he had about a step or 2 on the cornerback that time. So now we move this one inside the 5-yard line. Here's Stafford, quick throw to the left side. He's got Galladay. Touchdown Lions as we make it a 10, actually a 13-0 game here on the road. Wow, if we shut out Green Bay on the road in their own stadium, that would be amazing. So we actually do try to go for the 2-point conversion. We actually don't get it, so now it's still a 12-point game. But the first play of the next drive, that's Tavon Wilson Jr., actually senior, touchdown. And that's the Lions on the board on defense once again for the 2nd straight game. 2 pick sixes, 2 straight games. And wow, Tavon Wilson makes the play. And wow, I think Rodgers is rattled. Hasn't put up any points here at home. So now, at the 36-yard line, can Rodgers come back? You know he's known for those comebacks. As remember, the one last year was when he got hurt in the first half in the opening week versus the Bears and came back and won that game. But he wasn't the same the whole year. He was definitely playing hurt. I'm not giving him a pass at all. But, hey, that guy is still one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game. So here's a throw across the middle. That time, it's going to be, I believe that's Shepard. And he actually gets in. He's actually signed by the Packers here in this franchise. He picks up a big gain. So now 2nd and 3 inside the 5-yard line. This time sending the pressure. That's Christian Jones there for the big sack, as that's like a loss of 10 yards and bringing it to a 3rd and 12. Now Rodgers all day to throw. This time good protection. Throw to the left side. He's got Aaron Jones, but he gets pushed out of bounds for about a gain of 6, bringing it to a 4th and 6. This one could mean a shutout. 4th and 6. Throw to the end zone. He's got Devontae Adams, and they finally get on the board. And wow, what great defense we're playing this game. I'll take it. Just 1 touchdown given up to the Packers at home. I'll take that any game. So here's Kerryon Johnson on the next drive, getting the handoff to the right side and trucks through 3 defenders and fights his way inside the 20. Kerryon Johnson, he's got some really good power to him. And he picks up a big gain, his biggest one of the game. So here is C.J. Anderson in the game. This time, 1st and 10. Carry out to the left side. He's in for the touchdown. And the Packers cannot stay with the Lions defense as we basically just run all over Rodgers, and on this final drive, run all over their defense. And that ends up being enough here to come away with the victory here on the road. What a great win for this Lions team, as this defense is really showing why they have arrived. I mean, this is the reason why they brought in Mike Daniels, to shore up this defensive line. They couldn't do anything. Rodgers really didn't have a great game throwing the ball. Yeah, he had a great completion percentage, but no real big plays from them at all. Kerryon Johnson ran the ball well in the second half, not so much in the first half. C.J. Anderson got that big run there to end the game. Devontae Adams had a decent game, but T.J. Hockenson, his first game as a pro, goes over 100 yards, 101 yards on 7 receptions. What a good game from him. And then our defense definitely put the pressure on Rodgers. 4 sacks in this game, each by 3 of our 4 defensive linemen as actually Snacks didn't get a sack, but still Christian Jones got in for a sack. And it was nice to actually see Romeo Oruwariye get a sack because he's a guy that I really like him. I think he's a good depth guy, and he's a guy that can actually make a big impact. And even if they wouldn't have signed Mike Daniels in the offseason, I would have predicted that Romeo Oruwariye gets 10 sacks this season. But I think, Daniels is going to definitely take away from that playing time. I guess we'll have to see how the season plays out. So we do have a couple of upgrades, starting with Ashawn Robinson and Tracy Walker, who we've actually found to be a really good young player. Like I said, I'm not an expert on the Lions, so don't think I am. But I really like Tracy Walker for sure here in this franchise. And then here's another upgrade, Romeo Oruwariye, who, like I said, I'm a big fan of. And he has an upgrade. He goes up +2 in power moves. So if you guys notice during my gameplay, you guys may notice it that I do not switch on defense. That just gives me more of a kind of a competitive balance, not very user influenced on defense. That's the way I like to play it. And I could just user the defensive lineman all day, but I want to kind of use a little bit of user. So let's hop into the next matchup here versus the Vikings. Here is Harrison Smith coming up with the hit right away on Kerryon Johnson, and he coughs it up, and Parker falls on it, and right away we cough that one up as we turn the ball over. So we do eventually get the ball back here in the first quarter. Here is Stafford throwing out to the right side. Look who it is. Surprise, surprise. TJ Hockenson's open, and he picks up a big gain. I'm really looking forward to unlocking his depth trait. You have to play 500 downs with him. We'll see what he ends up being. So here's a throw to the right side, and that's going to be picked off once again. Another turnover on this first drive, but take a closer look at this. Kerryon Johnson bumps Stafford, and that causes the errant throw. Just that slight bump in the back. So they come up with another turnover here in the first quarter. But here is Kirk Cousins back on the next drive, trying to get rid of it on a 3rd and 16. He's sacked by Snacks Harrison. 1.5 sacks here in this first quarter, and that's a big one as we get them to stay with 0 on the board. So we move this one on to the second quarter. Both defenses showing up as they send the pressure here on a 4th and 6, and Eric Kendricks gets in for the sack. And wow, what defense already. So now we move on to the next drive. Here is Kirk Cousins throwing over the middle. He's got Laquan Treadwell for a big gain, tackled by Jelani Tavai, and that's a first down. So now on a 2nd and 6, throw across the middle. Once again, Tavai is almost there for the interception, but that's a nice catch in traffic by Adam Thielen. So now at the 1-yard line, play action fake, Kirk Cousins. Our whole team baits on that one, and it's going to be a touchdown that time in the end zone. And Kirk Cousins gives them the 7-point lead. So now we move on to later in the second quarter. Here's Kerryon Johnson getting going in the running game, but this time taking a big hit from Harrison Smith, but holding on to the ball. Here he is continuing his good running, breaks a tackle. He gets to about the 10-yard line as we move the ball inside the 5 and give it right back to C.J. Anderson, who's in the game, and he's getting into the end zone for the touchdown, and we get right back in this game. So then we move on to the third quarter. Here's Kirk Cousins back out on the field, under center, play action fake, throw it out to the flats. There's Jelani Tavai, though, to stop Dalvin Cook. He's been really, really good on defense for us. So now 3rd and 9, screen pass out to left side. Look who's there. It's Jelani Tavai, not letting him get anywhere. Man, is this rookie impressive. I am really, really a big fan of Tavai here in the early goings. So after that stop, we do get the ball back. Here's a throw across the middle, and another pass interference call on TJ Hockenson as we actually get helped out once again. So following a penalty on 1st down, here's a throw to left side. Kenny Galladay breaks a tackle, and he picks up about a gain of 25 on that catch and run. So now we move the ball across the 50-yard line. Here on a 3rd and 2, there's a throw across the middle, but that's an incomplete pass as we had to settle for the field goal here on that drive. So now into the third quarter. Here's a play action fake, but this time Trey Flowers getting in on the sack, and he's pretty much had a sack in each of the last 3 games, and that makes it a 3rd and long, and they do not convert, so they do punt it away to us. So now here's Marvin Jones on the next drive, getting a comeback route, and he's taking that one all the way to the house. That's a touchdown, Marvin Jones. We know he has the speed, and he shows it off for the biggest play of the Lions this season as we tie this game up at 17 apiece going into the fourth quarter. So here is Kirk Cousins on the next drive, throwing across the middle. That's going to be Laquan Treadwell wide open on that one, and he's picking up the first down. So now inside the 10-yard line, 9 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Play action fake, but this time we're going to get to Kirk Cousins. That's Kennard on that one. He goes in unblocked, his first tackle and his sack here in this game. So now on a 3rd and goal, here's a dump-off pass. Dalvin Cook, as he can't go anywhere. That's actually a nice tackle that time, and we get them to settle for 3 points. But on the following drive, just trying to get something going, and Danielle Hunter has something to say. He gets in for his first sack as we get it to now a 3rd and 20. Here is Stafford from the shotgun. He gets hit from both sides and coughs it up, and that's going to be picked up that time. And I believe that's Everson Griffin picking that one up. And wow, now Minnesota is set up with great field position here in the fourth quarter. Can they get into the end zone and seal it? Here's Dalvin Cook on the run. He's getting in for the touchdown, and that one is enough as we are not able to come back in this one as the Vikings come on the road. After we just had a road win, they come on the road and win at Ford Field 30-24. As, man, the turnovers really made a difference. We had 5 in this game, 3 fumbles total, and 2 interceptions, as they didn't even seem like they should have won that game at all. But they come away with the victory. Just a sloppy game from our team, and we'll have to bounce back as we are going into the middle of our schedule with a little bit of an easier time here in these next 3 games, which feature the Raiders as well. So we don't really face, the greatest of teams. We also face the Giants. So these games should really be gimmies. We should really win these games. But you never know. It's the National Football League. Anything can happen. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think of this team so far. And we're going to continue with more Lions franchise. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.